So let us start with a quick review of the chapter Motion and Time. So in motion and time, we discussed about the different kinds of motion. In which we discussed oscillatory motion. So first of all, I would like to give you a little short review about this. So motion and time, we discussed about slow and fast motion, the motion which take place at slow rate. Then we discussed about speed. In speed, we discussed the numericals related to this topic. Then formula for speed, distance upon time taken. Then we discussed about uniform and non-uniform motion. Uniform motion, the body travels equal distances in equal intervals of time, and in non-uniform motion, the body travels unequal distances. Or maybe the time will be same, distance will be different. One quantity out of these two will be different. Then time. In time, we discuss the short interval. So these are the measurements of the time, the clock, wall clock, table clock, and the digital clock. Apart from this, we have this pendulum, right? This is bob, this is the thread, and this O is the mean position, and this A and B are the extreme position. When this bob will be carried to A position and it will be released, then it will have some oscillatory motion like this: A to B, then B to A, A to B, B to A. Right? This is oscillation. Now in oscillation, we have time period. This is the time taken by the pendulum to complete one oscillation. Is called its time period. You can make your own pendulum at home. You can use a thread and a ball and fix that thread to a one point, hang it from that place, or you can use a stick. Keep that stick at the corner of the table, fix a thread of the appropriate height from the floor, then fix a ball and then rotate it like this, and you can note down the timings, that how much time the oscillation is taking, right? So this way you can do that. Then these are the another ancient time measuring devices, Jantar Mantar, that you can see at Delhi, and sundial, sand clock also, water clock also. These are the ancient time measurement devices. Unit of speed we have already discussed. Then distance time graph, very important. I told you on that day that how you can describe a motion using distance time graph. So now today we are going to discuss about the keywords. So the first keyword is bar graph. We use that graph to describe the type of motion. So the bar graph is just like a chart graph, we can say. And we can say the bar graphs are used to compare things between different groups or to track changes over time. Like we discussed the distance, which changes over time. So that's why we can say about this. Next is graphs. You all are aware about graphs. So what we can say, how we can define it? We can say about the graph, it's a function. F is a set of ordered pair, like in which one quantity is independent, one is dependent. Like in distance time graph, we discussed about distance and time. Time was independent and distance is dependent. That time was increasing, then automatically distance was also changing, right? So graph represent these kind of quantities. Then the non-uniform motion, we have discussed about non-uniform motion. Non-uniform motion means when the body covers unequal distances in equal or unequal intervals of time, right? Then the oscillation. Oscillation, when the bob travels from A to B. So what we can say about oscillation? Movement back and forth in a regular manner, right? Movement back and forth in a regular manner. Then we have what is simple pendulum. Simple pendulum, you can say about that it contains a bob, a thread, and fixed from one point. That is a simple pendulum. Definition of speed. Speed is defined as the distance traveled per unit time. Then the time period. Time period is the time taken to complete one oscillation. I'm repeating. Time period is the time to complete one oscillation. Next is uniform motion. Uniform motion, the motion in which the equal distances, equal intervals of time. The body travels equal distances in equal intervals of time. That is uniform motion. Then unit of time, that is the quantity which is used to measure the time. That is unit of time. And the common unit of time is second. Now we have the question answers. You have to classify the following motion. Classify the following motion. Motion of your hands while running. So just note down the motion of your hands. Think about the motion of your hands when you are running. So it's just kind of oscillation. Then next we have motion of a horse pulling a cart on a straight road. Now look at here, the motion is on a straight road. So what we can say, motion of horse pulling a cart on a straight road, that is a linear motion. Then motion of a child in a merry-go-round. You might have understood the merry-go-round swing. So that is circular. Then motion of a child on seesaw. Seesaw, you can say that it's not circulatory, it's half motion. So what kind of this? That is oscillatory, we can say. The next is motion of the hammer of an electric bell. You might have observed when we strike the hammer on electric bell, or you might have seen the bell on which the small hammer is attached. When we press the button, so that will create oscillatory motion. Then motion of a train on a straight bridge, that is a kind of linear motion. Now let's start. Second question. Which of the following are not correct? The basic unit of time is second. This is correct. Every object moves with a constant speed. That is not correct because object can move with their own speed. Distances between two cities are measured in kilometers. Yes, it's right because two cities, the distance is too much, so that's why it's measured in kilometers. Then the time period of a given pendulum is not constant. That is wrong because the time period is constant. The speed of train is expressed in meter per hour. That is wrong because in that case we use the bigger units, right? Bigger units of speed. Now here you can see simple pendulum, third question. Simple pendulum takes 32 seconds to complete 20 oscillations. What is the time period of the pendulum? So we know that time period is what? Time period is defined as the time taken to complete one oscillation. Here we have the time of 20 oscillation. So simply we will calculate the time period for one oscillation. So how we will write? We will write 20 oscillations is equal to 30 seconds and one oscillation is equal to 32 by 20. So it will come 1.6, right? So the time period will come 1.6. Then next we have the distance between two stations is 240 kilometers. The distance between two stations is 240 kilometers. Let me show you the calculations also so that there should be no confusion. So question number 3 first I am doing. So it was given how we will write. We will write time taken to complete 20 oscillations. That is equal to 32 seconds. And we know that time period means time taken to complete one oscillation. That will be is equal to 32 divided by 20. It will become equal to 1.6 seconds. Right? Now the fourth question you can see the distance between two stations is 240. So distance is equal to 240 kilometer. Right? Time taken. Time is equal to 4 hours. Calculate the speed. So we know the speed formula for speed is equal to distance upon time. So put up the values here. Speed will be is equal to distance is 240 divided by 4. It will become 240 by 4. That is 60 kilometer per hour. So this is our speed. Now the fifth one. The odometer of car reads 57321 kilometer when the clock shows the time 8:30. What is the distance moved by the car if at 8:50 the odometer reading has changed to 57336? Calculate the speed of car in kilometer per minute during this time. Express the speed in kilometer per hour also. So here we can see distance. The car started its motion at 8:30. So 8:30 the initial position was 57321 and 8:50 the final position was 57336. So what was the distance traveled between 8:30 to 8:50? That is 57336 minus 57321. That is equal to 15 kilometers. Right? And time we know that 8:30 to 8:50, that is 20 minutes. Now simply put up the values. Speed is equal to distance upon time. So it will become 15 divided by 20. That will is equal to 3/4 kilometer per minute. Right? Now we have to calculate speed in kilometer per hour. So we will mention speed in kilometer per hour will be is equal to 15. We have to convert minutes into hours. So for converting minutes into hours, we have to divide minutes by 60. So if I will divide minutes by 60, it will come on numeric numerator. So 15 by 60 upon 20. So it will become 45 kilometer per hour. That is there. Now the sixth one. Sixth numerical is Salma takes 15 minutes from her house to reach her school on a bicycle. If the bicycle has a speed of 2 meters per minute, calculate the distance between her house and school. So we are given with time. Time is equal to 15 minutes. Speed is equal to 2 meters per minute. So what we can do, distance. So distance here we will get speed into time. The formula is same. This one speed is equal to distance upon time, but we have to calculate distance. So we multiplied time with speed because we cross multiplied and then we got that relation too. So what will be the distance? So distance is equal to 2 into 15. That will be 30 meters. Now the seventh is show the shape of the distance time graph for the motion in the following cases. So for this we can see from our NCERT book. Car moving with constant speed and car parked on roadside. So roadside में आ जाएगा distance 0 at rest, and car moving with constant speed will be straight line passing through the starting from the origin. Now the MCQs, which of the following relations is correct? Speed is equal to distance time, speed is equal to distance over time, speed is equal to time over distance, speed is equal to 1 over distance time, and we know that second option is correct, speed is equal to distance upon time. Then the next is basic unit of speed. Basic unit of speed is this one, meter per second. The next, car moves with the speed of this 40 km per hour for 15 minutes, then with speed of this, the total distance covered by the body. So you have to calculate it, but very carefully. Let me show you the solution of this so that there should be no confusion. That is the question number 10. In question number 10, we are given speed. Speed is equal to 40 kilometer per hour. Time is equal to 15 minutes. Very careful. And in answer options, we have all the distances in kilometers. So we will convert this into hours. So I am dividing this. So it will become 15 upon 60 hours. Right? Now put up the value here. So distance will be during this duration. Distance is equal to speed into time. And it will become speed is 40 into 15 divided by 60. So it will become 40, 22, 43, 2 by 3, 5. That will become 10 kilometers. Now in the second part, we have 60 kilometer per hour for 15 minutes. I am directly calculating distance. So distance will be speed into time 60, same way into 15 divided by 60. So it will become 15 kilometer. So total distance कितना हुआ इसमें? Total distance will be is equal to 25 kilometers. This way you have to do. Be very careful about the units you are using. Now in the next question, you can see, suppose the two photographs shown in the figure 13.1 and 13.2. Let's go back to 13.1 and 13.2. This is 13.1 and 13.2. Had been taken at an interval of 10 seconds. If a distance of 100 meters is shown by 1 centimeter in these photographs, calculate the speed of blue car. If the distance of 100 meters, you can see this 100 meter is shown by 1 centimeter. So what will be the speed of blue car? So blue car, I think this one is blue car. So it will become 0.1 centimeter per second. 0.1 centimeter per second. Now we have given below is distance time graph. We have to identify which is moving faster. Look at very carefully. So A is ending here, B is ending here. That means A is taking very much less time and covering more distance, because height on the x-axis is more as compared to B. So that means A is moving faster. The next is, which of the following distance time graph shows a truck moving with speed which is not constant? Which is not constant. We know that is the third one, because this is not constant. In all these three cases, the straight line is there, whether it's parallel to time axis or moving at particular angle, right? So this is all about your back exercise as well as keywords of the chapter 13, that is motion and time. If any doubts, please discuss in your WhatsApp group. Thank you.